And welcome back to another edition of Live at the Palms. Mike Jungblut here with you as we get off and started. I think we have the automatic tracker here for some of the first couple of hands that you may see. But hey, we're back here. We're with you. Promise not to go away. Little bump in the road, little unintentional error, but it happens. And we're relieved to be back. Welcome here on into the program. It is 2-5 match the stack and is heck of a nice lineup as you can ask for here at this state in the game. As we go around the table, we've got Conrad, we've got Anderson, we've got JWin, we've got Juicebox, the Rick, the Pratt, Aaron McInnes, Caitlin Comeskey, and the player in seat 9, his name I actually do not know, but so because of this stage, we were re-implementing, I think, some of the chip stacks and some of the names and all that good stuff. So we will have that out here shortly as what looks like we had a JWin open off to 30. Then we had Conrad out there 3-betting in seat number 1. So we see seat 7 here. Mr. Pratt with ace-king is putting out what looks to be a now 4-bet here to what is going to be, looks like 365. So then it would bring the action back here to Conrad. So if he's, I think it is 115, but oh goodness, did he put it in? That is the universal, okay, excuse me, it's Caitlin that's with it. Caitlin's the one with ace-king. David Pratt is off to the right side of Caitlin. So it's going to be the first hand. We will scan our board. It is coming out clips. Ace-king still holding strong. And on this run out, ace-king is going to be good here for first for Caitlin. JWin was not in the hand. And had he been, he would have actually been able to take this down. But it's kind of tough to call like a 4-bet in that spot from Caitlin's juncture. So then we get the second board, which I did see a king, and it did not look like it was going to be an improvement here for Conrad. And if Caitlin's probably sitting around 800 or so, based on the rough view that I can see, maybe 700-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. I think at this point we were trying to get all of our stuff kind of reacclimated and restarted. So a few hands will run without the stacks and the action. But then from there, we are locked and loaded. So what do we got? The Cowboys trying to score here. I haven't been able to pay much attention to it. And it looks like Dak diving in the end zone. Did he get across? It looks like... what in the hell happened here? Okay. All right, let's move on here to the next hand. Live at the Palms. Mike Jungblut, the dude, talking here with you. You can follow me at HoopsMike on Twitter and Instagram. I've been doing more sportscasting, so a few football stuff out there to mix on in here with the great poker world. You can follow us at PalmSocial512. Again, on Instagram and Facebook. A pretty easy search if you're like, wait, what was the tag? What? No? Cowboys challenging it, and it looks like they are still going to... they're still looking at it here. I've got the volume off on it, so that's not helping me try to understand the chaos here happening at Jerry World. All right, we see nobody really has much of anything here. It is going to be the Rick opening here with 9-8, and we'll get a call out of the juice box with a queen 9 of diamonds. So it is 9 of hearts, 8 of spades, queen 9 of diamonds. Is going to take it here, heads up a flop flush. Rick will take a stab at it, and I wonder if he's going to put any other chips in the pot after he gets called here, because Okay, so they're still reviewing this here, that to see if old Jackie P got into the end zone. All right, 10 ball is going to turn. Still no hope. Right now here for the Rick is... He's going to try, though. He's going to try to represent ASX. Not little does he know. Juicebox got him pretty well squeezed. Does... Bet of about 135 on the turn is... Looking for anything? Now I'm going to get a raise up here, and I think that is probably where we will draw the line, unless Rick has a hand that is not 9-8, which, again, he had 9 of hearts, 8 of spades. The juice box here with queen 9 of diamonds. At this point, we were loading the action tracker and turning on the streaming, so it's going to be available in a couple of hands, I believe, with some of the updated information, right? And that's a promise you could take right there to the bank, because... All right, juice box was a nice one. He is going to show that he had the best hand. All right, as we continue here at Palm Social Live of the Palms on Monday night. Next show going to be on Wednesday, 2-5 PLO. Heading on into Saturday is 1-3 no limit action. I think we've got some of the lineups set potentially for that, but... If you want to check out what's happening, again, you can use the Tempest Portal app. No, wow, so they've marked the Cowboys short, so it is going to be just a 1st and 10 from like the half-yard line for the Eagles. Tied up at 7. Oh, goodness. Could have been picked off by the Cowboys right there in the first place. So, all right, we've got the next hand, and let's see, do we have any fun ones out of this bunch? The juice box here with ace-10. I could see pretty much all of it. JWin could defend with 7-4 of hearts. That's... So 7-4 of hearts versus ace of diamonds, 10 of spades. I see the ace. I see the 9 and the 6. So top pair 10 kicker. Not much on the wavelength here for JWin. Checky. King ball turns. Believe only 2 players in this hand, so it is heads up now between JWin and Juicebox. And this should be kind of over and done with, I think, here at this point. Does JWin with no reason to continue. Juicebox will pick up a little bitty one.